Sidney Poitier ain't one that had to do the deed. So he let old Bill get drunk so they could get that budget. Don't forget, the tunnels from Diddy's house led to Hugh Hefner's house.
Real life. If that shit ain't real life,
If it ain't real life, just say real life street star. You know what time it is.
What really does make sense is that Diddy has had a long career of using pussy to trap niggas into making them do what he wants to do or using them to move them out the way. How is Faith Evans any different than Lauren London? How? No difference at all. Struggling artists trying to make their way up, not getting the break that they needed. All of a sudden, they stand next to the right guy, and then now you know that guy is dead and they're okay for life. Right. You know how many people in the business that happens to? Let's look at Khalees. What makes her any different than Lauren London or Faith? I got a better one for you. Bill Cosby. Do you know what? You know she's part white. Yeah. She's a Rothschild. The Luciferian motherfuckers that co-own YouTube, that are friends with the monster, Leora Cohen, that mentored and backs Jay-Z. Camille is a Rothschild. Y'all didn't know that, did you? It's funny nobody wants to seem to admit it. Or the oil that was supposed to have been under that property that was sold through a private this or a private that, and so on and so on and so forth. Did Bill Cosby marry the love of his life, or did he marry an industry plant? Other question. Everyone knows Bill Cosby is a villain now, but does anybody know whether or not he was a victim? Ooh. Because butt breaking has been around for a long time.
He's like the only black celebrity to get, like, he was so big. And how did they just choose him randomly?
He was huge, just like Will Smith out of nowhere. You want to know what's funny? Him and Sidney Poitier, those movies, they were only supposed to get one, and they ended up getting a few. Picture this. Hypothetically, Sidney Poitier ain't one that had to do the deed. So he let old Bill get drugged so they could get that budget. Don't forget, the tunnels from Diddy's house led to Hugh Hefner's house. That naked pool was down there long before Diddy was able to buy a home. It was Hugh Hefner's house where most of the offenses that the women accused Bill Cosby of took place. The Playboy Mansion. And everybody know Hugh Hefner was filming, had cameras in the wall. I don't know. Did anybody ever ask whether or not Bill Cosby had a freak off tape?
Man.
Next thing you know, his son is dying. Next thing you know, all kinds of weird things keep on happening. All of that fame, all of that success. If they really wanted to take him down with all of this, they should have did it in the late 80s or the early 90s when he was at his most potent. That's what they did with Kobe. They dug that white girl up after he had which he doesn't remember and is not quite sure about because there was drugs and alcohol involved. See, this is the thing. All this drugging is going on, all this alcohol is going on. Is anybody asking about the cognizance of the people during the midst of some of their crimes? Because, see, I know a rapper for a fact who suffers from alcoholism, and I love him very much. And somebody approached me about him having a 7-year-old girl. And it was the first time I said, I have to plead the fifth. Because it's true. You know what else is also true? I know he was drunk out of his mind and high out of his mind when they sent that there. He had no idea what he was doing. Everyone that knows him knows he gets blackout drunk. He wouldn't have known whether or not that girl was 23. And guess what? This girl was used by more than one rapper. These niggas went and got this little big body to run around and a bunch of grown men lying about her age so that they could have something to set them up with. Now, what's really sad about it is Snoop Dogg has access to that tape. The question is which member of Dog Pound is he holding that over? Because he's holding it over one of them for sure.
Damn.
I tell you one thing. If I ain't want nobody to dime me out for helping set up Tupac to get killed, having somebody on tape committing statutory rape, and there's nothing they can say about it or do about it. Or the fact that that person has been an alcoholic so long, maybe nobody realized the reason why is because he's trying to kill himself. The PTSD that comes along with hip hop. All of them.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move. Hey.